Hey, what's going on, guys? This is Bell King playing some Assassinate. Haven't played much Assassin's Creed 3 lately. Lately, I've been playing a lot of Borderlands 2. Been playing against Hyperius the Invincible, Terramorphous the Invincible, Veracitus the Invincible, Vermivorous the Invincible, and I love farming for these legendary weapons. I've got quite a few in the pearlescent weapons, the Seraph guns. I like getting all of that. If you haven't played Borderlands 2, you're probably like, what the heck is a Veracitus? What's a Terramorphous? What's a Vermivorous? They're basically the biggest badasses in the game. They're, raid bosses, and you gotta find a way to kill them. So you get a lot of good stuff for killing them, which the game calls loot, which can be anything from rare guns to class mods. And so if you haven't played Borderlands 2, I would suggest you go play it because it's really, really, really fun, and you're really missing out. And even if you were born with no fingers, I'd still tell you to go play Borderlands 2 because it really is that fun. I haven't really been paying attention to any Assassin's Creed 4 information. I've been purposely avoiding that. I kind of just don't want to know right now. I honestly just want to wait until the game is released, and then I can play it and then make my own opinions and come to my own conclusions. And I've just been purposely avoiding looking at the maps and seeing what abilities were taken out, added in, and the game modes. I just don't even care. I don't really want to speculate as to what they've added new or changed. In terms of Black Flag, when you think about when I think about the multiplayers from a consumer standpoint, you want Assassin's Creed Revelations to be better than Assassin's Creed Brotherhood. You want Assassin's Creed Assassin's Creed 3 to be better than Assassin's Creed Revelations. You want Assassin's Creed 4 to be better than AC3. You know where I'm going with this. You want the current game to be better than the previous one. So if Bell King was playing Black Flag right now when the game was out, I want to say, you know what? There are things about Black Flag that I don't like, but at least it's better than AC3. Can we say that? Can you say that about AC3? Is AC3 better than Brotherhood? Is it better than Revelations? Is the current, when Revelations was out, did people think that was better than Brotherhood? So the main thing for me is that, number one, that Black Flag is better than AC3, and then number two is that Ubisoft supports Assassin's Creed multiplayer even after its release. A lot of times gaming publishers and developers will sell the game, make their money, and not care, aka Call of Duty. So you don't want Ubisoft to be like that. You want Ubisoft to support their game. Like, one of the things that I love about Borderlands 2 is that Gearbox, the makers of Borderlands 2, they support their game with DLC content, new characters all the time. And if there's a bug, exploit, something's overpowered, people in the community start complaining on the forums, it gets fixed. So hopefully Ubisoft stays very active, after the game is released, and they make sure that the game behaves and operates like it's supposed to. Now, even if technically, hypothetically, if Ubisoft makes the worst multiplayer experience ever for an Assassin's Creed game, from my experience, from my standpoint, it's not really the biggest deal, because some people may say, how come you don't care if they make a crappy game? Because for me, there's a lot of other multiplayers that I really love playing, and I do love the Assassin's Creed games. I love the multiplayer. It's very fun and it's different, and there's nothing else like it. However, if Ubisoft makes a crappy game, there are other games coming out. From this day forward, moving on, you got Infamous Second Son, PlanetSide 2 coming to PS4, Warframe coming to PS4, Grand Theft Auto 5 coming out, Batman, Watch Dogs, Splinter Cell, Blacklist. The list goes on and on. There's a lot of good games coming out. The Division. So, because there are so many good games coming out for me as a gamer, even if Black Flag is a walking piece of crap, I don't really care that much, because I'll just go on to something else. I have no loyalty to a certain game, and this isn't the only game I love. And what I mean by loyalty is that if the game is crap, I won't play it, I won't support it, and I'll stop buying future games until you make a better game. And so for some people that is a big deal, because Assassin's Creed multiplayer for a lot of people is their primary focus. And so if AC4 is crap, then for some people they don't have much to fall back on. But for me, it really doesn't even matter. Hopefully the game is great. I want this community to grow and be comparable to the Battlefield community, to the Borderlands community, to the World at Warcraft community, to the Call of Duty community. What I mean comparable is that in size, this community is so tiny, and I feel like Assassin's Creed deserves a little bit more respect than it's been getting in terms of the multiplayer. The game is well known, but not many people play the multiplayer, so I want the community to grow, and I want the games to get better as time goes on, unlike other games like Call of Duty that only get worse as time goes on. So I just want the best for this game. But hey, if it's a piece of crap, then I'm not playing it. Whether I love this game or not, I'm gonna have to depart from it if it's gonna be a piece of crap. In terms of the map that I'm playing on, which is Animus Core, I really don't like Animus Core. I don't know how other people feel about Animus Core, but most people don't like the Northwest Passage, which is a really bad map. But at least it looks pretty. With with Animus Core, look, the rooftop, gray. The walls, gray. The floor, gray. Everything is gray. I don't like gray. But the center is actually really nice. If the whole map looked like the center part, this might be one of my favorite maps to play on. But not only is it an ugly map, I just don't like playing it. Whether it's a noob lobby, competitive lobby, I just prefer not to play on it. In terms of like the Northwest Passage, don't get me wrong, it's a bad map, but for me they're kind of in the middle. I mean, they're kind of the same in terms of maps I don't want to play. And not to mention, historically speaking, I've had some really bad games on the Animus Core, and that also factors in because I instantly just get sad when I see people actually voted for the Animus Core. Like it just takes all motivation out of me. I'm like, oh my gosh, the Animus Core. There have been games where I've gotten shot at least 9 times, and it's all been on the Animus Core. So a lot of bad memories, things I wish didn't happen, things I wish I could forget. But you tend to dwell and remember the negative things more so than the good things. At least for me, I cannot stand this map. So whether I'm rusty, whether I'm in a noob lobby, competitive, I don't care. If I do well on the Animus Core, I feel so good about myself. My confidence goes through the roof, because most of the time, 9 times out of 10, I play Animus Core and things just don't go my way. The lag, pistols, you name it, anything bad that can happen usually happens to me on the Animus Core. And other than that, I like all of the maps in the game. I love the DLC maps, and that's another thing with Black Flag. They need to I'm pretty sure they're gonna come out with map packs, and those new maps for AC4 when they do come out, they need to make the new maps part of the current map rotation, if that's making any sense. Like the Battle Hardened DLC isn't part of the normal map rotation. I don't know why you wouldn't do that. What's wrong with you, Ubisoft? It's just a waste of money. In my opinion, the DLC maps were pretty good, and I never ever got a chance to play one single Assassinate game on them. That was a complete waste of $10 or $15 or whatever, however much it costs. But that Night Stalker, he really wanted to kill me. I played him probably 5 games in a row, and he never killed me. He was really trying. I know you may not know who I am, maybe you do, maybe you don't, but I know you were really trying. I feel sorry for you because you really wanted me dead. And believe me, I really don't apologize for killing people, but there are some noobs that I play, and they're like, I'm gonna get this guy. I'm gonna get him. He tried everything he could, but he just wasn't good enough. But this is Bell King. Thanks for watching, and you guys have a good day. Goodbye.
You have finished first.